What's up guys, it's Mike from Job Ready English here with a compilation of the best answers to the best interview questions in 2022. How do you deal with complex situations? Now, this seems like a little bit of a weird question. How do you deal with complex situations? But any business is by its very nature complex. Sometimes when I'm speaking to graduates, they're like, well, I had this one project to do and then this happened. And I think, wow, I wish that life was like that. Generally, as a business owner, as an employee, as a manager, as a friend, and just really living life, life is complex. Life demands a certain element of organisation, time management, and the ability to kind of have multiple things going on all at the same time. So dealing with a complex situation, this is a competency-based question. And really dealing with complexity is about planning, breaking it down into its simple parts, organising your time effectively, allocating your time, and then being organised and disciplined to get those things done. So you're going to want to use an example using the STAR format: situation, task, action, result. Where were you? What were you doing? What were the actions you took, and what were the results that you achieved? And you really want to concentrate the majority of your answer on the actions that you took. So these are the things that I had to do. This is how I planned it out. This is how I allocated my time. This is how I stayed organised, and this is how I made sure that I got things done. And that's going to enable you to deliver a really crisp answer. And the result should be, these are the 3 things that I had to do and I got them done well. If you're wondering, well, do I need to do 3 things? Do I need to do multiple things? Or if it's just a complex situation? For me, complexity basically means there's more than 2 variables. So I'd say 3 variables. Those 3 variables could be 3 things that are going on in one situation. Or it could be 3 objectives that you're trying to meet. It just seems to lend itself more towards, well, that is actually kind of complex, instead of just, I did 1 variable and then I did another variable. What are some of your accomplishments? Now, I really like this question. It's quite similar to what is your greatest achievement, but maybe I would pick 2 or 3. Now, really importantly, I would pick accomplishments that you personally are very proud of. Something that you look back on and you think, wow, I can't believe that I did that. So, for example, for me, recent accomplishments that I'm really proud of is that recently I celebrated 10 years of sobriety from drugs and alcohol. I became a Krav Maga martial arts instructor, and also I lost some weight and got back into exercise. I was really proud of that. Not because I've been particularly overweight, but I was just over the weight that I wanted to be as I strive towards the body and the physical health that I would like to have. Now, none of those things are really related to work. I could give you lots of really cool and impressive stats from Job Ready English and the business that it sits under, One Warrior Limited, but actually the things that I am immensely proud of are kind of an aside from work. If anything, they are the foundation. Martial arts is a foundation to my discipline. My recovery, my sobriety is a foundation to my life. Without being sober, I couldn't do all these other things. Losing weight is a foundation to my personal identity and my sense of self-esteem. These are all things that I am personally deeply proud of. So when you list those out, just think of things, if I could only tell one story that I would impress someone, what would those be? Please describe a time you built a great relationship with someone. So this is so important for companies that do a lot of client work. Building a great relationship with someone, for me personally, as somebody who's spoken to probably about 100,000 people, the most important thing is really just listening to people, asking the right questions, showing an interest in someone, being kind, giving without the expectation of receiving, following people up, and being true to your word. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to send something, then you have to do that. These are still many areas in which I fall short, but it's something that I strive to do whenever I initiate or have somebody want to build a new relationship. Tell me about a time when you led a team. So this is a competency-based question, and we already know from the memories that most of the questions are going to be competency-based. How do we answer them? We use STAR: situation, task, action, result. And we want the majority of our answer to be concentrated on our action, 70%. Situation: where were you? Task: what did you have to do? Action: what actions did you carry out, and what was the result that you needed to achieve? So if you're thinking about where you should draw your experience from for behavioural questions, ideally it should be from work. Any work, any job absolutely applicable, where you're being paid to do some, carry out a service. After that, it could be volunteering, extracurricular societies, clubs, a hobby club that you're part of, and then finally academic. If you only have academic experience, that's absolutely fine, but just what you want to remember is that wherever you can, you want to use the closest related experience and emphasize the skills for teamwork, communication, listening, working hard, allocating resources, asking for help, taking the lead. If you're ever stuck, always just think to yourself, what is this competency or what is the behavior that I'm being asked about? Then look for a list of ideal skills or parts of that competency on Google. Tell me a time when you adapted your learnings to a new problem. I love this, and particularly for anywhere where you're dealing with a lot of technical knowledge, and as a knowledge worker, somebody who basically needs to ingest information to come up with new ideas. This is a good thing to kind of dissect, probably through your academics, and just saying, well, we came across a new problem, I might have gone to a lecture or done a project, but I also took it upon myself to go and read some new scientific papers, or I made sure that I went off and did my own research or had multiple sources of information. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, drop us a comment down below and let us know, was this helpful? How could we make it better? What other videos would you like us to do? Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I wish you the best of luck in getting your job. See you later.